A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from. This is EBN TV Prime Edition. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Indeed, we have a lot in store for you. But before everything else, why don't we start and take a look at the highlights. President William Ruto inaugurated the Homabay Trade Conference today, joined by ministers and leaders from different counties. Businessman and politician Zakaria Baraza's residence in Bungoma town attacked, with goons setting fire to the gate with petrol and firing shots. The conclusion of campaigns for the Law Society of Kenya (LSK) presidential elections, with candidates presenting their policies ahead of the February 29th elections. This and more on EBN TV Prime Edition. Thank you very much for tuning in to EBN TV. My name is Consolata Chibalonza and welcome. The Homabay Trade Conference has begun in Homabay, with President William Ruto opening the meeting accompanied by ministers and leaders from various counties. The president has emphasized that the government is ready to collaborate and work with devolved governments to bring about development as outlined in the Constitution and one of Kenya Kwanza's promise to uplift its citizens. However, Governor Gladys Wanga thanked President William Ruto for supporting ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga in his bid to chair the African Union Commission.
And impressively organized event, which is inspired by the necessity to transform devolution beyond governance and sharing of resources into public service. The incubation of opportunity, facilitation of radical economic revival, and the enabling of prosperity at the grassroots. I want to confirm that seeing the theme of this investment conference, unlocking the bay of endless potential, that we will not only be talking about endless potential, we will move potential to opportunity, and we will move opportunity to investment. Under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, the government of Kenya is committed to play its designated role in order to strengthen devolution as a fundamental constitutional mandate, but also because devolved units bring numerous opportunities for rapid economic growth into sharp focus. Further, our value chain approach to implementing better relies on strategic interventions to enhance or unlock productivity in sectors and industries at every county. In fact, the strategic pillars of better situate counties as focal points of implementation, making them centers of action in our quest to transform the opportunity landscape in our country.
For our people. And Your Excellency, nikimalizia, jana tumeona kama mambo iko. You know, we would like, as Moses said, for His Excellency Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, we support him fully for the African Union. And we thank you for your support and for pushing that for us. Asante sana, tunataka kusonga na hiyo mbele na tunashikana tu sisi vile nimekuambia kila siku mzee tuko nyuma yake tu fully like this, we look at him like this, where he's pointing we go, Your Excellency. So hiyo mkishika ukimsaidia hiyo, we are very very grateful. Tunashukuru sana.
Now, in efforts to combat corruption in the country, Minister CS Cabinet Secretary Kindiki, speaking at the National Council on Administration of Justice meeting in Mombasa on Tuesday, said corruption undermines the fulfillment of fundamental rights and freedoms guaranteed in the Constitution. He noted that these offenses significantly hinder the efficiency of public service delivery to the citizens.
A modern democracy, I dare say, from us in the national security space, we consider corruption as an existential national security threat. because it has the capacity of paralyzing all our sustainability arrangements in the economic, social, and other fronts.
No one agency can succeed in the fight against corruption. You need investigations which are properly done. You need prosecution which is properly done. And then also the court comes in to ensure that there is fair hearing, which is expeditious.
And now, still on the same day, CJ Martha Koome stressed collaborative efforts in combating corruption, highlighting the indispensability of thorough investigations, proper prosecutions, and fair court hearings. She emphasized about the need for agency collaboration and public involvement in providing evidence. She prioritizes identifying and rectifying corruption risk areas within justice sector agencies. Plans include digitizing processes for efficiency and accountability, addressing traffic offenses, and reducing case backlogs. Strengthening interagency collaboration and the National Council on Justice are also underscored to intensify the fight against corruption.
No one agency can succeed in the fight against corruption. You need investigations which are properly done. You need prosecution which is properly done. And then also the court comes in to ensure that there is fair hearing, which is expeditious. That is why we are emphasizing on interagency collaboration, cooperation, and coordination. And also, we need the public to come out and report. We need the public to come and give evidence when they are required. So it's a joint collaborative effort. We resolve to prioritize systems and processes that will examine all the justice sector agencies and help them to identify corruption risk areas and to take remedial measures to seal opportunities for corruption. We will upscale digitization and automate processes within our institutions to secure efficiency, accountability, and seamless service delivery. We will collaborate to ensure automation of instant traffic fines to address traffic offenses and to ease the backlog of cases of traffic nature, and in particular to root out abuse of process within the justice sector. We will strengthen interagency collaboration and coordination to seal information and communication gaps within ourselves and facilitate the fight against corruption that thrives when each one of us is operating individually as a silo.
Now, away from that, in a recent crackdown in Murang'a, the police seized 94 kilograms of bang and arrested 583 suspects within a span of 2 weeks. The operation was conducted in collaboration with various government agencies such as the Kenya Revenue Authority, the Anti-Counterfeit Agency, and the government chemist. While 270 cases have been concluded, the rest are pending as authorities await results from the government chemist and KRA. The seized items included not only bang, but also illicit brews, some of which were branded with the name 420. Furthermore, 41 bars and illicit brewing centers in the area were shut down, with measures being taken to ensure prosecution of those involved.
In the last 2 weeks, we have been able to nab 583 suspects in the operations that we have carried out, out of which you can see hundreds of crates and bottles that have been impounded. This operation has been carried out together with other government agencies, especially the KRA, the KEPS, the Anti-Counterfeit, and the government chemist. It is because of this approach that only 270 cases out of the 583 have been concluded. Others, we are waiting for the results from the government chemist, from CAPS, to ascertain the status of what we impounded. In cases of Bangi and Rose, actually we have been able to get 94 kgs of Bangi and 956 Rose. Some of it have even been branded. Kuna moja hapa sijui inaitwa nini? 420. 420 is his brand name. We are happy that we were able to interrupt that syndicate. We'll get him because we are determined to finish the menace.
We are also going to make sure that we call them, that is the distillers, and also the distributors, so that we can be able to find out much from them and also interrogate them and also make sure that we inform them that we are going to deal with them according to the law. In addition to that, I would like to say that we have had around 41 bars in the villages. The small illicit brewing centers within this county have been closed down.
We do apologize about that. Now, moving on, in the early hours of the morning, law enforcement successfully apprehended 2 suspects, adding to the tally of 3 arrests made the previous day. The confiscated items, comprising approximately 450 kilograms of fish, 18 nets, and 34 crates, underscore the extent of illegal fishing activities occurring under the shroud of darkness. Perpetrators employ a variety of cunning tactics to breach security measures, including disabling electric fences to gain access to restricted areas. Their preferred methods involve utilizing nets and makeshift boats, having abandoned the use of engine-powered vessels.
Early in the morning, we were able to arrest 2 suspects. One had been arrested earlier, so in total, yesterday we were able to arrest 3 people. The number of the kilograms of fish are confiscated is around 450 kgs. 18 crates and 34 crates which are empty. So one of the challenges we are facing, these activities are usually carried out mostly at night in the cover of darkness, and the people who are doing this use all manner of means to get into the park. Some walk through the fence by short-circuiting the electric fence and walk up to the lake where they are able to carry out the fishing. Mainly they are using some nets and using some improvised boats. They no longer use the engine boats they were using earlier. So you can imagine it's not easy to arrest somebody at night. You can also imagine the expansiveness of the park.
Now, the government is undertaking the modernization of shipyards to enhance lake transport, focusing on Lake Victoria. The project, estimated to take 6 to 7 months, aims to extend the facility's life and capabilities, enabling the exploitation of water spaces and facilitating goods transportation to neighboring countries like Uganda and Tanzania. The initial cost for modernization is around $500 million, with potential additional expenses depending on available funding. The government also plans to introduce safer and more efficient boats designed locally and costing half of imported alternatives.
What we are doing here right now is actually, first of all, we are actually modernizing these ports with the intentions of giving it a longer life in terms of usability, but also at the same time providing it with capabilities that then would allow for the exploitation of the water spaces that we're having, especially for Lake Victoria, but also as an off-taker for goods that we could eventually export to the neighboring countries, for example, Uganda and Tanzania. The project, in terms of our estimation, is going to take about 6 to 7 months. It is our intention that in the next 3 to 4 months, we should be commissioning this facility. But there will be a phase 2 of this facility, which is basically going to provide for the other capabilities that Kenya Ports Authority may require to efficiently utilize this port. The cost, as of now, we are going to spend about $500 million in terms of modernizing it. But moving forward, in terms of the complete capability of the port, it will take us to around $1 billion plus, but this is going to depend with the funding that will be available. The other thing that we are doing, in addition to what we are doing at Homabay here, is that we want to provide for boats. You are aware the boats that we are currently using, as much as they have been assisting us, they are not safe, they are not efficient, and they don't allow for, would I say, some aspect of commercialization. They are a little more artisanal. We want to bring in what I would say is like almost bridging, going industrial, semi-industrial, artisanal. So we want to bring in capabilities that will provide for that. For example, tomorrow, when we are going to, at the conference, we are going to launch two of our products. They are boats that we have designed locally. The costs are going to be a half of what it would have costed to import them. And we intend to actually pass on these values to the community here. It's something that we are going to engage with the governor as well as the government in terms of just providing these capabilities to what our government normally calls the hustlers.
Unknown assailants attacked the residence of businessman and politician Zakaria Baraza and set fire to the gate of his Musikoma residence in Bungoma town overnight. According to his family, the attackers arrived at midnight, lit liters of his gate, and then used petrol to set the gate on fire, threatening by firing shots in the air. They speculate the attack is politically motivated, as Baraza has been at the forefront of resisting demolitions in the ongoing Bungoma town. However, no police officer responded to the incident despite the family reporting the attack.
Kwa majina anaitwa Martin Nyongesa Baraza. Mimi ni ndugu ya Mheshimiwa Zakaria Baraza, na usiku wa manane, saa 6 ya usiku, watu walivamia geti yake, ambao tunaona ni kama ni siasa. Wakakuja wakachoma tires, na kama wengine walikuwa armed wakipiga bunduki kwa hewa. Sisi tunaona hii ni siasa. Ukiona wametupa chupa, wamepasua nini.
Tumehuzunishwa sana na kitendo ambacho kimefanyika na vijana ambao wamekuwa hired kukuja kuharibu mali ya Mheshimiwa Zakaria Baraza. Na mimi najua hii yote ni siasa. Na hii siasa ni siasa ya hii demolition ambayo inaendelea. Wabunge walipewa pesa wakakula, ma MCA wamepewa pesa wakakula. Hakuna mtu wa mheshimiwa yoyote mwenye anasimama na mwananchi wa kawaida. Ndio maana Mheshimiwa Zakaria Baraza amejitokeza kwa nguvu na kusimamisha hiyo ubomozi ambao inaendelea kiharamu. Na hata juzi mmeona tumekimbizana na wale polisi sana pale Kandui, hata wakatupiga tear gas. Leo hii tumeenda kuripoti, na niko na OB number. hapa. Lakini tangu ni ripoti saa 7 ya usiku na leo mnaona mchana jua imewaka, hakuna hata polisi mmoja ametumwa kwa scene kuangalia ile uharibifu ambayo imeendelea hapa.
Wa Bungoma, he did not pick calls, he did not respond. Na ngependa kukashifu hiki kitendo kwa sababu hiki ni kitendo cha uoga. Kama hao wanaona ni siasa, wanaweza kuja to face someone's home, damage it like this. Wakuja mchana tuwaone hao ni nani na wanataka nini.
More than 1,000 residents from the Maasai community in Samburu County staged demonstrations following recent cases of murders and bandit attacks in Samburu areas bordering Maasai communities. Speaking during the demonstrations, leaders expressed concerns over the 72 reported deaths since the beginning of 2024 due to escalating insecurities. Residents and leaders of these areas have called on the central government to intervene and address the security situation in Samburu.
Kusema enough is enough. President, wewe ndio uko juu. Wewe ndio baba yetu. Wewe ndio yule ambaye uko juu kabisa kwa hii nchi. Wasamburu wanauliza watalia mpaka lini? Tutalia mpaka lini? Tutazika watu mpaka lini?
Viongozi wa Samburu kwa sababu tumelilia serikali kwa muda, tumeona serikali imekataa kusaidia kabisa. We have been reporting kila incidents hapa, kitu yenye inafanyika, serikali imekataa kusaidia upande. Tumeuliza tu internal security na IG police. All we need is removal of these bandits from that place. Hapa tunadanganya rais kila siku kumba this valley is inaccessible. We are demanding from the government that in the next 2 days security can be secured from this place completely if we remove people from Malaso.
Imeleta hali ya tafaruku hapa kaunti hii. Naona hapo awali zaidi ya watu 72 wameuawa mwaka huu tu. Hiyo ni jambo la kusikitisha.
Pale tumefikia inaonekana kwamba kama serikali haitachukua hatua ya kusimamisha hizi maafa, basi inamaanisha kwamba watu wataendelea kuumia.
Now, campaigns for the Law Society of Kenya presidential elections are expected to conclude today, with candidates vying for various positions, selling their policies to ensure victory in the elections scheduled for Thursday, February the 29th. 5 candidates vying for the presidency are Peter Wanyama, Caroline Kamende, Harriet Mboche, Bernard Ngetich, and Faith Odhiambo.
We want a change. We want somebody who is clean. Out of the 5 candidates, only Peter Wanyama has never been a council member, has never been in leadership of the Law Society of Kenya. Only Peter Wanyama runs a successful law firm. Only Peter Wanyama has pupils all over the whole country. Only Peter Wanyama has associates employed in his law firm. We challenge the others to show us who they have mentored, who they have been pupil masters, and their track record. The corruption at Law Society of Kenya will cease because Peter Wanyama has his own resources. He will not depend on the resources of LSK.
Your sovereignty as Kenyans. I will look at and audit all laws which have been passed by Parliament to ensure that the rights of Kenyans are fully safeguarded. Law Society of Kenya, we don't want to lose an independent judiciary, because once you lose an independent judiciary as Kenyans, it will be really a major problem for us. So we are going to provide that buffer to ensure that we fully and strongly, stoically and consequentially protect the independence of the judiciary in Kenya.
Now, residents of Nyacheki ward have presented their views on the removal of Deputy Governor Robert Monda, arguing that his removal will put an end to disruptions in the county's development activities. This follows the decision of the Speaker of the Kisii County Assembly, Philip Nyanumba, to involve the public in the motion to impeach the Deputy Governor.
So, manikonayo, wacha nipe kule katika assembly tulikuwa na mswada wa kumuondoa Monda kuhusu ufisadi. Speaker wa County Assembly akarudi ya kwamba tukuje tufanye public participation kule mahali tumetoka. Iliita watu hapa, nimechukua maoni yao. Wengi wao wanaonelea kama Monda amekuwa muofisadi, lazima aende nyumbani. Mmekubaliana aende nyumbani?
Ushawahi kusikia Mheshimiwa Gachagua akiongea kuhusu Ruto? Kwa nini huyu ambaye amepewa kazi katika kaunti yetu kupitia kwa usaidizi wa wananchi waliowapigia kura watu wawili, yeye ameingilia mambo ya ufisadi? Tunasikia yeye ni mtu wa kanisa. Sijui siku hizi kama watu wa kanisa wamebadilika kuwa wafisadi. Watoto wetu ati wanaenda huko anataka ongo. Kuna pesa zingine ambazo zimepotea nyingi katika afisi yake. Si ni kuzuia maendeleo? Nani anataka Monda aende nyumbani? Kila mtu anataka.
Welcome to the world of sports. Now, we are going to look at the tournament that has been there, and the governor is indeed involved in the said tournament that we can indeed talk about. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a video, and when we come back, I will tell you exactly what it is about.
First and foremost, I want to confirm that we are on schedule to deliver this stadium to be ready to host CHAN 2024. The program is an acceleration one, where we have partnered with the national government, basically to ensure that we deliver on the pitch, which is one of the reducible minimum. As you can see, we've done stripping, and we want in the next 3 months, this pitch will be ready. We want to improve the drainage system. The contractors assured us that in the next 3 weeks, they'll have already done the drainage here. And then we plant grass so that the grass is done and ready by July. We also are on schedule to deliver the other C-section up there, which again is one of the areas which are crucial for purposes of making sure that for CHAN we have 25,000 capacity. So by and large, I think from this week, we have already agreed with the contractor that is going to come up with an acceleration plan so that in the next 3 months, the stadium is ready, because we'll be having CHAN officials coming to do the final inspection end of June. So I just want to assure the members of the fourth estate that we are on schedule. I'm here with our consultants, our contractor, and our project manager, and we have agreed that we'll be doing weekly inspection, because this is an opportunity which, as a country, we must put our best foot forward. As you're aware, CHAN is being co-hosted by our neighboring countries, that is Uganda and Tanzania. And for Kenya, this will be the venue. And that is why this is a project that the national government has come in very strongly to ensure that we are actually ready by September this year.
Now, that was the governor of Kakamega County, Fernandez Baraza, and he has assured Kenyans that the county will host the CHAN football tournament, urging the contractors renovating the Buhungu Stadium to expedite the process so that the stadium will be ready by September. He was speaking during his inspection visit to the stadium to assess the preparations. Governor Baraza said that they are working with the national government to ensure the renovation of the stadium is completed in time for CHAN tournament, which Kenya is co-hosting with Tanzania and Uganda. That was what was happening there. And with that, we have come at the tail end of today's news edition. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Thank you very much for keeping me company and sticking around with EBN TV. Until next time, God bless.